Welcome! In this solo playthrough of Marvel Dice Throne Missions, we have Wolverine taking on the Morlock Massacre. So I've got pretty much everything set up here. So for our story or mission run, the Morlock Massacre, it's a difficulty 1. This is my second one into the campaign. The mission run is Mister Sinister is trying to wipe out the Morlocks beneath New York City. He has sent a strike team of clones to do his evil bidding. Stop them before it's too late. Our main objective, the goal, defeat both beam clones. So we've got 2 of those, one on either side of the board there. Upon completion, if you fulfill the main objective, distribute 4 health and 2 momentum, then flip this board for the final battle. The perfect reward, if your team defeats all henchmen, distribute an additional 6 health and 3 momentum. And for our player perks from the previous battle, I got 4 perk points to distribute. So increase my health by 1, and I'm going to get 1 momentum to start the game, and started working on my leadership to get focus fire. So instead of our health starting at 45, we start at 46. And instead of momentum at 0, we start at 1. We'll also start with 4 cards. And we'll go over his abilities whenever we start using them, but as you can suspect, he's got his claws and a healing factor. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got, is that all you got? Try again, samesies, and a better D. And then we need to roll a D6, so we can move this a little bit, or a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go over the abilities here. So both clones are going to come in with 12 health and a defense. So if we roll these symbols, we'll get a multi-strike. It's a melee attack dealing 5 damage. We will get to defend on that. Then the crisis ability, once per undefeated, deal 3 collateral damage to all heroes within melee. The clones, if we roll those symbols, multi-strike, it's ranged, deals 2 damage. Roll a die on that symbol and inflict knockdown. Crisis ability, inflict focus fire and deal 1 collateral damage to all heroes. Then we have the Sinister range, the unstoppable threat. Multi-strike, range, inflict wither and deal 1 undefendable damage. And then we need to get our health out there for everyone. Okay. A whole lot of 12 health. And a defense. And then we get to distribute these around. So we'll start over there. Need 3 more. And 3 up there. There, off screen, I've got my cheat sheets. So for momentum, we can recruit allies. So we'll take a look at 3 here in a second. We can gain range by spending 1 for offense and defense abilities. This is the normal turn order of how we do things. And then for missions, so pass first player, if we were playing multiple people, we get to move wherever we want, as long as we don't cross some dark spaces. Then we do the hero part 1, target and resolve our attacks. Hero part 2 phase, which is our main 2 phase. Enemy upkeep, henchman fight, or boss roll. Then the crisis clock move, and we rinse and repeat. So for our allies, we're starting with 1, 2, 3. All right, Nightcrawler's coming in. Recruit him, will gain a shield. Once per round during your main phase, spend 2. Take an additional move on the board. Deal 2 collateral damage to an enemy within melee. Then we can exhaust or discard this to gain another shield. Got Leech, once per round as an instant action. Spend 1. A chosen player prevents 3 incoming damage. Exhaust inflicts 2 wither on a chosen opponent. Then we have Blade. I think he'd get along with Wolverine. Once per round during your main phase, spend 2 in a CP, deal 3 collateral damage to an enemy within melee range. Heal equal to the amount of damage successfully dealt. And exhaust, increase the damage dealt by 3. And our entry point is here. So basically we can go pretty much anywhere on the board except exiting and getting to that beam clone. So I think I'll just start working on this brute clone and draw a card. That gets us a getting paid. Then we go into our upkeep and income, which we skip on our first turn, so our main phase and offensive roll. I think we'll just start with our paycheck. It's free to play. We gain 2 CP, up to 4. Then we'll start the fight off. So going after that brute clone. All right, we've got 3, 3, 4, 4, and 6. Could work on a small straight with the 3 and the 4. We'll give that a shot for one more roll. And we got a bunch of those symbols. Which really doesn't help us anywhere, so we'll keep the 3, 4, 5. And got a 6 in there, so we did get the small straight at least. So that is heal 1, and we can go 10 above our starting health. Gain a rage. And the rage is stack limit of 3, spin to add 3 damage or draw a card. So spin 1 and discard a card to add 3 damage to their attack. Or we can spin 3 to draw a card. Then we've got 5 damage going in. So 3 gets soaked up. We'll take 2 more off. So down to 10 health. So then hero part 2, got nothing to do, enemy upkeep, henchmen go. All right, rolling their dice. All right, we've got 3 of that symbol, which isn't going to trigger either of those, but we did roll a 6. So that's inflict wither. And that ability, negative status effect. Player with Wither token would deal damage as a result of their attack. Reduce that damage by 1 per Wither. And it's persistent and a stack limit of 2. And we're getting hit for 1 undefendable. Down to 46. Then we move on to our crisis, which is nothing, and starting over. So movement. We'll go down here for CP. Then for our income, we'll gain a CP and draw a card. One more time. Then we'll go in for an attack. Oh, guess I'm leaning towards some claws. Another 3 would be nice. Okay. So on a 3 of a kind, we'd heal 2, but with 5, we're dealing 6. And I can add 3 with that. 9. That's not going to help us get there any quicker, so we'll just keep the rage. Dealing 6, so it goes down to 4. Oh, and we're -1. So down to 5. And then clones. All right, so that is going to be the brute clones and that thing, Sinister Rage. So multi-strike, melee, dealing 5 damage. So they have to be adjacent to us, and we've just got the 1. So we do get to defend on that. Our vengeance, we have 3 dice. So our claws are going to deal a damage, and then our helmet is gaining rage. So we do 1 damage back. So down to 4 health. And we take all 5 down to 41. Then we move that. So the crisis ability, deal 3 collateral damage to all heroes within melee. So once again, we just have the 1 next to us, so we're taking another 3 down to 38. I think Wolverine's taking a bit too much damage here. All right, next turn, we'll move over here and heal 6. So up to 44. Gain a CP, draw into a helping hand. Really like to start getting some upgrades. Go in for an attack. 2, 3, 4, 6, 2. Just need to do 5 damage minus our 1. So 4 claws would do the trick. Four claws. All right, we're not going to get the 4 claws. We did get regenerate, which deals 3 undefendable damage. Minus 1. All right, we'll heal 1. Then we're going to do our ability to get 3 more attack on that. So we'll spin that and discard a card. There's our discarded card. So now we're doing 6 undefendable minus the 1, so 5. So that defeats. Which gets us this little token, which means we gain 2 momentum. And chosen player prevents. We'll pick up Leech for 2. So we can spend 1 to prevent 3 incoming damage. Not terrible. All right, our enemies. Got a 6, so 3 of those, they don't activate. Just this ability, giving us a Wither, which has a stack limit of 2. And we take a damage down to 44. Then the clock goes to a blank spot and back to us. Gain a CP and draw a card. We're going to go ahead and spin that CP. We're doubling up to draw 2 cards. Getting Astonishing Frenzy. So these cards, if we discard them as part of spending Rage, we get a bonus. So this one, instead of 3, we do 4 damage, and then we gain our Rage back. And we find a Frenzy, but still no upgrades. Movement, drawing a card. Recovery. We are going to discard 2 cards to gain 2 CP. And I'm just doing that to get down to our 6 cards. Then we're going to attack another Brute clone. We'll take those, see if we can get some more 3s. But we're taking claws for sure. All right, so 4 claws, deals 5, minus 2. So just 3 damage, enough to get rid of the shield. Those things are a problem for sure. they've got nothing else to do. So the enemy's turn. That is just going to trigger the brute clones, and we're adjacent to 1, so we have an attack of 5 coming in. And we're going to ask them if that's all they got. Costs 2 CP. So playing only after being attacked, we gain 2 rage. If you are attacked with defendable damage, you may choose to skip your defensive roll to gain 2 CP. I'm not. We're going to defend. So 3 dice. And 2 damage and gain a rage. Then the crisis clock. It's going to activate them once per undefeated. So there's 2 undefeated, inflict focus fire and deal a damage each. So we're getting 2 focus fire. And 2 damage. Well, when a player with this token is attacked by an opponent, the attacker increases their damage dealt by 1, stack limit of 2. So we did end up getting these first. So I think that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're taking 6, 38. Then our next turn, we'll move here to get +1 damage for our next attack. Then gain a CP, draw a knot this time. Then go in for the attack. Or do I want to spend 3 and draw a card? We need cards, but we also need to dwindle their numbers because those things are killing us. Now we got 4 2s, so at least that's going to let us heal 2 here. See if we can get a Yahtzee. Nope. Oh, we did get a Yahtzee. Still doesn't change anything. All right, we heal 2, up to 40. We get to deal 6 damage, -2, so we've got 4. I think we're going to be 1 short of killing him since we're at -2. If I bumped up and spent that. So we'll make it 7 damage, which turns into 5, so he's got 5 left. Then we're going to spend 3 to draw a card. All right, Barrage 2, so that's all about our straights. Cost us 3, we're going to play it. Was that 8 or 7? Don't know, we'll go to 4. All right, our enemies. That is going to be the brutes activating. So just the one, it's melee, so we just have the one attacking us for 5. So we will defend. So that's going to gain us a rage and deal 2 damage back. But he's actually hitting us for 7. So we're going to spend 1. Choose a player and prevent 6 incoming damage. We choose us. So we just take 1 damage down to 39. Then, let's see, within melee, 3 collateral damage. So just have the 1 down to 36. All right, next turn. We are going to move into here, get us 2 momentum. up to 3. Gain a CP. Draw a card into a bye-bye. Remove a status effect token from a chosen player. So we're going to spend 2 to get rid of one of those. And go into the attack onto the brute clone. Just has 3 health left. So with -2, we just need to do 5 damage. Or we can do that and make it tricksy. All right, it heals 1. 3 undefendable damage. We're going to apply rage to that. And discard this. If this is the card discarded, we gain a rage. So that means we've got 6, 4 undefendable. So he's down. Which will get us 2 momentum. Then you may remove 1 status effect from yourself. We'll take that away and hope it doesn't come back for a while. All right, on to the henchmen. So we've got 2 of the 4 brutes down. We still have both beams in play. And that is going to trigger the beam clones. So multi-strike, ranged. So they're both attacking us. At least we're adjacent to that one. And I'm going to spend 1 on the ranged attack coming from that one so we can defend back. Hopefully get rid of both of their defense tokens. So first that one, let's see, it's dealing 2. Then we roll a die on that symbol. We get a knockdown. All right, so the first one, we're dealing 1 damage, which will at least get rid of that. And roll this, and we get knocked down. And knockdown. To remove this token, a player afflicted with it must spend 2 CP before the start of their offensive roll. If not, they must skip their roll phase, then remove the token. That kind of sucks. All right, so we already spent the momentum, so we can defend on that one. And 1 damage is enough to take care of that at least. And knockdown has a stack limit of 1, so don't need to roll for that. Crisis clock, we're good. So next turn, movement, we'll go up here to look intimidating. We'll gain a CP, draw a card, and to tip it, increase or decrease a value. Our main phase, we'll spend 2 CP to get rid of that. Oh, I didn't take the damage from either one of them. We had this, so that's 6 damage coming in, down to 29. We're going to have to kill these guys quicker. All right, so back to our attack. Got those. So I guess we'll go for the claws since that's what we have. Then we get the 5, 6. Which doesn't help, and neither does that. All right, we're going to discard this for the rage, and increase the damage of that rage token from 3 to 4, then gain a rage back. So we are doing 8 damage minus the 1, so 7, down to 5. In the enemy phase, that is going to be the Brute clones and the Sinister's Rage. We're not adjacent to any of the Brute clones that are alive. So then we go to the multi-strike, so we're getting Wither. And 1 defendable damage, which turns into 2. So 27. And Crisis. Alright, so back to our next turn. We'll stay where we are. Gain a CP. Draw into Frenzy. And Regenerate would be nice. So would a large straight. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 or 6. Alright, large straight. I guess I need to call what I need to roll. Heal 2, up to 29. Gain a rage, or inflict alpha. We'll just gain the rage. Then deal 9 damage minus 2. 7 is enough. And that will get us 2 more momentum. Up to 6. And I should have taken a look at the next card a while ago. So War Machine. Once per round during your roll phase, if you are attacking, roll a die, add half the value rounded up. To 5 or 6, you must exhaust to add 3. Then we'll go to the defensive rolls. That is going to activate those, and they're both over there, so we're good. Then the clock, discard a card. We'll go with Better D. Then movement phase. I'll pop over here and heal 4. To 33. Gain a CP. Draw, and to get that out of here, we'll spend the CP to get this out of there. Then attacking one of the brutes. Come on, Berserker Rage. No, we just got 1/6. Trying too hard. I'll go for the 1, see if we can get a 3 of a kind. We'll keep the 2s, see if we can go for 3 of a kind again. Alright, so we got 5 calls, but we have 3 1s, which means we heal 2, up to 35. That is 6 damage. We are going to add 3 to that, spending this. So we spend a rage, discard a card, we gain a rage back. So that's 9 damage minus 1, so 8. We lose that and do 5 more, so he's down to 7. Then the henchman. That's going to be the brutes and the beams. So we are only adjacent to 1. So 3, 4 damage from that, down to 31. Actually 35. We're activating up here. So it's 5, 6 coming our way. We're going to defend. Getting 3 dice. And that is going to do 1 damage back. Down to 6. So we've got 6 coming in. We're going to spend 1 to prevent 3. So we're taking 3 down to 32. And then he's attacking us from range. We are going to spend a momentum so we can defend. That's going to do 1, and then we'll gain a rage. So it's 3 damage. We'll spend 1. Oh, it's once per round. So we're taking 3 from that down to 29. And then rolling to see if we get knocked down. And we do. All right, so that was their attack phase. Then the clock goes to a blank space. And back to our next turn. We'll move up here to heal 2. Up to 31. Gain a CP up to 3. And triple up. Then we will spend 2 to get unknocked down. Then go in for the attack. Got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Come on, 4. 2's not going to do it. 5. All right. We're going to tip it, spending a CP. Increase or decrease any die by the value of 1. So we'll make that 5 a 4. So we got a large straight, which is going to heal us 2 up to 33. Gain a rage. Rules clarifications. If you're about to gain more rage beyond the stack limit, you can spend some to make room for the incoming rage. So we're going to spin this to add 3 damage to it and get it back by discarding that card. Then we're dealing 10 damage minus 1, so 9, more than enough to take him out. And gain 2 momentum. All right. So defense, that is the beam clones. And we are going to defend back by spending a momentum. And that's going to deal a damage, and we gain a rage, which we'll spend all 3 to draw a card. Intimidate. We did 1 damage, so down to 10. And it did 3, and we'll spend 1 to prevent 3. So then we're just rolling to see if we get knocked down. And we didn't. Okay. And that's 6. I don't believe we rolled. I think that's just for me tossing dice over there. For that effect, anyway. All right, Crisis Clock. Brutes only matter if we're in melee with them and they're undefeated. We're not. So next turn for us, we will move over here and gain a CP. So we're up to 1, then we'll gain 1 for our turn and draw a card into So Wild. Apparently we don't have any upgrades in there. I'm just going to spend that for a CP. And then I'm going to spend 2 to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right. Vengeful, power level 9, and Transference. We can transfer a status effect token from us to another player. Let's see. Now we're just going to go into our attack. Got 2 6s. That's a severe threat. Don't think I'm going to argue with that. So deal 7 damage and roll 3 dice. So potentially add more, inflict alpha, or add a lot more. Adding 3 more. All right, so rolling 3 dice. Ooh. So we get to inflict alpha, but instead of inflicting alpha, we're going to gain a momentum. And unfortunately, that's not for each. That's just for rolling 1, we get to add 3. So we're doing 10 damage. -1, so we'll just keep it at that. 9 gets rid of that token in a 6. Then our enemies. That is going to be the beam clone. With a ranged attack, we're going to spend 1 to defend. And that's just going to deal 1 back. So we'd be taking 3. We're going to spend 1 to prevent 3 incoming damage. And then we roll to see if they inflict knockdown. And they do. And the clock says we lose a CP. That hurts. So our next turn, there's nowhere worth moving. So we gain a CP and draw a card. Astonishing Recovery. Potentially heal 2. Well, I'm going to discard 3 cards for 3 CP. So we go up to 4. Then I'm going to spend 2 to get unknocked down. Then spend 2 more to upgrade our Vengeful. So we've got the same stats down here, we just get to roll an extra die. All right, attacking. In order to defeat, we need to deal 7. He's got 6 health. If we could roll a 6, that would do it. We've got a small straight, so that does it too. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if we can get a 5. One more try. Nope. All right, small straight. We heal 1 up to 34. We gain a rage. Then we deal 7, -1, so just enough to take him down. Gain 2 momentum, up to 5. And then roll for the bad guys. That is nobody. And that is the beam clones. We've got 1 left, so focus fire. And then attack for 1, 2, 3. Down to 31. Then another turn for us. We move in here. Gain a CP. Oops, we're up to 1. Draw a card, twice as wild. Go into attack mode. I think we go with their claws. A 3 would be nice. Hey! So we've got 3 of a kind. That heals us 2, up to 33. And we hit for 6. But we're going to make it 9. And then we roll 2 dice. Oh, nope. If we got our helmet, we'd return it to our hand. But if none are rolled, we heal 2. Well, that's not terrible. So we're up to 35. And we did 9 -1, so 8. He's got 1 health left. Okay. See if he responds. He does. So that's going to be dealing 4 damage. We're right next to him, so we get to defend. Don't need to make it ranged. And that's going to defeat him, but I think we finished through his attack. So he's got 4 damage coming in. We're going to spend 1 to block 3, so we take 1. Down to 34. Okay. So with that, we have gotten the perfect reward. So that means we're going to gain 10 health and 5 momentum. So we're up to 44, and we started at 46. And 5, we'll go up to 9 momentum. In the boss fight, sensing your presence, Mister Sinister rushes to confront you. Why waste your lives on these pathetic creatures, he utters. You'll regret your misplaced kindness. So start with 25 health, plus 10 per hero, plus 3 per oppression token. We don't have any oppression. Main objective, reduced his health to 0. Upon completion, you win. He's driven away, and the Morlocks are saved from certain doom. So you've got the different crisis abilities that's going to help him. His events that we'll see once he hits us. So he wants to do the first one that he rolls. And apparently we've got a spot to retreat a little bit, at least. So we'll put that in. Still got leech. Add some tokens around. And let's see, we need to roll a die to move our clock. So it starts at that spot. Start him at his 35 health. We are going to move in here. Transfer 1 status effect token or gain 2 momentum. We are going to give him one of those. Then gain a CP. Draw a card. Oh, we've got our claws free to put in, so free for free is good. So that stays at 4, stays at 5 and 6. 3 of a kind is heal 3, 4 of a kind heals us 4. So put that in. Then we go on the attack. We still have Leech with us. Now we got 3 of a kind of a different number. All right, that's Hunter. Draw a card, deal 6 damage, and other things. Yeah. We'll let the dice choose what we do instead of forcing it. So draw a card. Fastball special. If only we had Colossus. Deal 6 -1. We're going to spend a rage though. And discard that to add 3. So we're dealing 9, 8 damage. So down to 27. Oh, we're -1 but +1. So 26. Then we roll 4 dice. And we're looking for our mask, and we did, so we gain a rage. All right, enemy turn. Let's see, 1 of each, no. 2 in that, yes. So degeneration, it's multi-attack. Range, but we're right next to him. Inflict poison and deal 3 undefendable damage. Ooh, and that is 1 and 4. So it's just a normal hit. Poison. Negative effect. Player afflicted with this token is dealt 1 damage per poison token during their upkeep phase. And nasty. Persistent. Okay. So 3, 4 damage. Nothing we can do about it. Then the clock. Transfer 1 random negative status effect from yourself to the start player. All right, so we get this back. Then our next turn, we'll go over here for the +2 modifier. Then we'll take a damage from the poison. Gain a CP, we're up to 3, draw a card, we're feral, roll a die, on our mask, draw a card and gain 2 rage, on any other outcome, draw a card. Oh, seems like a good time just to do that. Come on, mask. All right, not a mask, so we draw a card. Into 6 it. Really? Or the rest of these are 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, going in for the attack. All right, 2 2s and 3 4s. That is our hunter. So drawing a card, severe threat 2. Dealing 6 damage. We're going to make it 9, 10, 11. -1. Ooh, I forgot his inflict wither. So we would have got that immediately and done 1 less damage. Okay. I think we're good now. So doing 11 minus 2, 9. We're at the stack limit for that, so the defense doesn't matter. So down to 16. Then rolling for him. Let's see, that is going to be the degeneration again, and now it's putting on 3 and 4, which is going to turn it into a crit. So we get another poison. The crit added damage for each poison the opponent is afflicted with. So it's going to be 5 undefendable damage coming in. So down to 34. And then that symbol, gear up. Roll a die per hero. Gain a shield for each of those. So no shield. Movement, we're going to go over here and gain 5 health. Then these two, we move over. So we're at 39. Then gain a CP. Well, take 2 damage. It's down to 37. Gain the CP, draw a card into a recovery. We will spend 2 to bring in our severe threat 2. So that changes. If we get our mask, we get to gain a rage. All right, in for the attack. Two, 3, 4, 5. So 1 or 6 would be nice. We'll take the 1. All right, large straight is heal 2 to 39. Gain a rage. Or inflict alpha. Then deal 9 damage. All right, so we're dealing 9 minus 2, so 7, down to 9. Then he attacks. 1 and 2. One is there also. Okay. So that's degeneration again. It's a crit because of that. Poison can go to 3. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't remember if I did the 2 the last time, but I don't think it's going to matter. We're down to 31. Then after that, we get these. So 2 health and a +1 modifier. So 33. Let's see, does any of these help with attack? He does. We're going to spend 3 to bring in War Machine. Thanks for the help, Leech. It's down to 6. Oh, I don't think I did that yet. Roll a die per hero. Gain evasive on that signal. And I think that's nasty. Player with this token receive damage, they may choose to spend it. If spent, roll a die. If the outcome is 1 or 2, no damage is received. Multiple tokens may be spent in an attempt to prevent the same source of damage. Expended bosses will spend all evasive tokens necessary to prevent a source dealing 4 or more damage or to prevent lethal damage. Alright. Took my damage, did that. Next turn. Going to move over here, gain a momentum, and then spend a momentum for a ranged attack. I'll take 3 damage from her poison. Gain a CP, draw a card. Alright, now our attack. Four, 5, 6. See if I get lucky. Yep, super lucky. 2 and a 3. So we've got a large straight. So we heal 2. Gain a rage. Then deal 9. We'll pitch a card, or token and a card. Then roll 2 dice. So 12, 10 damage. And he's got nothing to do about it, so that's going to be enough to take him down. So Wolverine was able to take out Mister Sinister. So from looking at our perk points, if you completed both side 1 and 2 and the perfect reward, we get 3 perk points. And then on the back of our sheet here, if we've checked all these boxes, which we are, we gain another one. So we've got another 4, but they have to be spent in this area. So we can either spend 2 here to get the focus fire or spend 3 and 1 to reroll an enemy die. And so I'll put 2 there and 2 down here. So that was Wolverine taking on Mister Sinister. As always, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, so click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.